What's going on, everybody out there, wherever you're watching Parx Racing? Hopefully you're catching this on YouTube and hitting that subscribe. It's out of the gate here, another Monday to kick off a live week of live racing. A live week of live racing? Yeah, that'll work. Hey, speaking of last week's races, we always take a look back, so this is the Parx Playback. Parx Playback time on Monday. Jeremy Weemita Laprida was a cool customer as he waited for room, and Icy Dude now goes back-to-back, winning a close finish. We want more. It's more and more from trainer Michael Moore. A 4-win day for jockey Andy Hernandez, and Map of America is another big winner. Tuesday time. I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. That's a Popeye reference. Anyone? Write the check from the Jordan Bullock Barn with a runaway victory. I can be your Shiro, babe. What a race. Tight photo at the finish, but the Moscow trainee Shiro and leading jockey Ruben Gold and Silvera with the victory. Wednesday racing, it's Frankie, Don't Call Me Chad Pennington, rolling up on the outside and powering away with Peach Perfect. A picture-perfect ride and a victory in Ben Salem. And this was a race to watch in awe. Alpha T. Luis D. Rivera was many lengths the best. This performance was almost the performance of the week, but remember this name, Alpha T. This horse might be making some big noise later this season. Have a great week. Something I learned from that Parx Playback is Shiro. It's Fred Shiro, who was a famous Flyers coach. So big shout out, thanks to, who was that? Oh, my man Rob was helping me out there with that tip on the Flyers coach. But we're going to take a look at some of the racing action here on this Monday. Taking a look at race number 1, 1 mile and 70 yards. I'm going to go with the number 4 in here, and that's going to be I'm Thirsty, Jonathan Ocasio, Mary Pattershaw. It just seems like this is a horse that it might be her turn. An 8-year-old mare, New York bred, second beaten 3 behind Subsidiary, who came back to win off of that effort. This horse just looks really well meant in this spot. When you take a look at some of the other runners too, they come from pretty far out of it, so I think this horse will be close enough to the pace and should have the best closing kick out of some of the other runners that are going to come from far back. So we'll go with the 4 in race number 1. Taking a look at race number 2, a maiden $10,000 race in here. Don't Tell Frankie. I'll have a video preview of this on the live show when we take a look at the paddock previews. But Don't Tell Frankie, 3-year-old filly, second beat and a half length in here. She just seems to be kind of in the right spot. When you take a look at that last effort behind What Are You Waiting For, who took a drop in class from the maiden 16 down to the maiden $10,000 level. Another horse that it just seems like today is her turn. Don't Tell Frankie. We'll see how far back she is. She was well off the pace in that last race, was 10 lengths back. She had been showing speed in some of her prior starts, so it might be kind of interesting to see what the tactics will be employed there in today's second race. We saw something pretty big here last week to end the day and the week on Wednesday. Andrew Wolfsont, congratulations, as he picked up career victory 1,000. Jockey Andrew Wolfsont has recently begun riding full-time at Parx Racing. Entering last Wednesday, he sat at 998 career wins. After riding a winner earlier in the day, he went into the finale at 999, and this is what happened.
Big, beautiful wall from far out of it is making up ground to the inside. Solomonic grandstand side. My Train is starting to tire. Here comes Social Group up on the outside. Terry's Charm has got a late rally as well. Terry's Charm up on the outside. Big, beautiful wall is down towards the inside. They're very far apart. Terry's Charm gets the victory. Congratulations, Andrew Wolfsont. Career win, 1,000.
Congratulations, Andrew Wolfsont, on career victory, 1,000. Hopefully many more victories ahead for jockey Andrew Wolfsont. Really nice to see him pick up that milestone on Wednesday in the finale right here at Parx. Let's take a look at this third race here. 2 furlongs. How about that? The 2-year-olds. First 2-year-old race of the season, early in the season, and it's a new item here at Parx. You take a look at the 2 furlong race, 2-year-old fillies. You can go a lot of different directions in here. I'll end up on a mirror wins. James Chapman owns and trains the horse. I think that he's got her ready here for her debut, and she picks up the leading rider. Hasn't been working here at Parx. Has been working over at Belmont, so I think she's going to be ready. That is the 3 horse, but this is a tough race. 2 furlongs. it's going to be over just like that. So we'll take a look at that third race. That's going to be a pretty interesting and fun race to take a look at. Race number 4, mile and 16th, 12.5 non-3. When you take a look at the runners in this field, Jarlian, I think, just sits a nice trip. Michael Catalano Jr., we talked about him last week. He was actually our interview on the show last week. When you talk about his barn, they've hit at a really high clip, 24%. Andy Hernandez, the apprentice rider, will be aboard, a 4-year-old colt by Street Sense. Depends on where he's going to be placed early. I think if he's a little bit closer to the pace, I think he's going to have a big finish. And he's dropping in class here down to the 12.5 level. So all of those things kind of add up that I think we get a good price on the 2 Jarlian. And I think a very likely winner in that spot. So we'll see what that price ends up being. But that's a good horse that I like to kind of pick out of the group there. A little bit of value. And I think Jarlian can win that race. We got the Kentucky Derby coming up. We're going to watch it and wager on it right here at Parx. Here's more about what's going on for Derby Day.
Saturday, May 7th, it's Kentucky Derby Day. And yes, we are racing at Parx. Bring the family for all the fun in the Parx Picnic Grove. Who loves live music? A DJ from 10 to noon, followed by Vinyl Countdown. Don't miss the Kentucky Derby Hat Contest, brought to you by the Pennsylvania Horse Racing Association. Urban Village Brewing brings you chomping at the bit. Get a free mug with draft purchase while supplies last. Gates open at 10 a.m. First post at Parx is 12:05. Join us and watch and wager on the Kentucky Derby at Parx Racing.
Race number 5, taking a look at this race here with a far outside draw, the number 7 Mountain Lily, Bobby Mosca, Jose Gomez. I think just mild improvement here. The horse had shown some speed in that run. It hadn't been seen since November of 2021. Came back in that March 16th effort, needed the race, was the favorite, now second off the layoff. And again, Jose Gomez will be back aboard for the ride. Going to be a short price there. The 7 Mountain Lily, though, is the top pick. Race number 6, mile and 70 yards. When you take a look at this event, Carmeltini claimed back here for Scott Lake. He had the horse at the $5,000 level, got claimed out of that effort. Then Ron Dandy had the horse last time out second, beating a length. Scott Lake went back in, claimed the horse again, and now he brings Carmeltini actually at a higher level at the $10,000. So I think this 5-year-old mare is really well meant in this spot. Edwin Rivera rode her last time out. She's got 2 wins of the distance. She's got 5 wins here at Parx, 10 second place finishes here at Parx. So she's always in the picture, a horse to kind of key in your exactas and look at on the win end. I like the 4, Carmeltini, quite a bit in today's 6th race. We're going to talk about the Philly Big 5, but let's catch up with an interview from earlier on this year. This is jockey Abner Adorno.
In 2012, I graduated from Puerto Rico as an exercise rider. Come to Gulfstream Park in Florida in 2013, rode a couple races. Come back to my country, start my buck career up there. So 2014, I started riding for like 2.5 years, almost 3. 16, rode a couple, stop again. And actually Juan Vasquez, training here at Parx, called me, you want to come here, work for me as an SSI rider, right? I wasn't riding that much. So he invited me here, I came here, start going from there, start working for him, work for him for like about 1.5 years. Then work for Alfredo Velasquez, couple more months, get the opportunity from people, and we start going little by little at the end of 17, and now we're here.
Abner Adorno talks about the connections he's made and the moment when things started going well as a journeyman.
2019, Danny Velasquez started riding me like in a bunch of better horses, right? And I started doing good with him, and we clicked pretty good. And I think that was the point when I say, this is getting serious. I gotta start like going more and more. I find an agent, his name was Out the Lab. So he started helping me. I started riding for a lot of people, started riding for pretty much everybody here in the backside, which was cool, you know. I was a little rider becoming to get better and better.
I asked Abner what a day off is like for him during the racing season.
A day off here, you receive a call, you know, and you have to come in because you want to keep your people happy. I'm a worker. That's my main thing. I work. One of my skills, work hard it will pay off, and it's paying off right now.
It has paid off as Abner is near the top 5 in the jockey standings at Parx. But earlier this year, COVID changed plans up a little for not only Abner, but also his family.
Last year, before the COVID, I was doing really good, and everything stopped, and I was in my house like, what's going on? I talked to my wife, I say, Maria, what's going on? I can't believe this. So after the COVID, I decided to go to Delaware. Actually did pretty good, finished 4th in the standings, and now we're here.
I asked Abner what advice he has for younger jockeys trying to launch a successful career.
I just will say, like, work, and never give up, you know. I was the kid that used to give up. I got married, I got my kids, and now I'm a hustler. I want to do good, and thank God for all the opportunities, all the trainers, all the owners, again, that they give me the opportunity to keep doing what I love, you know what I mean? So it is what it is, you know. One word, work. That's it.
Thanks again to jockey Abner Adorno, who's having a big meet here this season in 2022. Philly Big 5 carryover. It's always the last 5 races of the day, $327,000 plus. It's a jackpot bet, single ticket winner to take down the entire jackpot. Race number 7 is a good start to that sequence, 6.5 furlongs. You look at this optional 49-2. You can go a lot of different ways in here. I thought the honorable one, you can forgive that last start. Broken Rein, Ease. That horse had all kinds of trouble. Ruben Silvera is going to be back aboard here for trainer Todd Beatty. 4-year-old gelding by honor code. This horse really fits for me. I mean, you take a look at some of these last efforts from the horse. Had that win at the maiden special weight. Showed some speed coming off the bench there in February. And then you can throw out the last race. The numbers all seem to match up, and you got your leading rider aboard. So I think the honorable one is a nice price in there, and what looks to be a really tough start to that sequence in the Philly Big 5. Got to find a little bit of value in there. I think the honorable one can provide that value. Race number 9, the Paige Mckinney Handicap. We get into our stakes racing action, $100,000 stakes race, the 7 furlongs. Barron's in here, a lot of tough horses. I just think I Am Redeemed is the now horse. I think that he's in the right form. He's 2 for 2 at the distance. Abner Adorno, who we just saw there in that interview, Penny Pierce, wins by 2.5 lengths off the layoff. He did it at 2 turns. Now he cuts back in distance. Everything seems to add up that the 9, I Am Redeemed, he's going to continue to dominate here, especially in the Pennsylvania bred ranks. And we'll see if he continues to improve. But he's got some big runners in there. Farmo Power, Barron. There's some really classy types in this sprint race, so we'll see what happens there. Nice stakes race here on this Monday. The Paige Mckinney Handicap, looking forward to that. Performance of the week, we got to tell you who it was. It was trainer Carl Jones. But who did he send out? Race number 10 is the unique Bella Stakes for the Phillies and Mares, 7 furlongs, same distance as the Paige Mckinney. I'm going to take a look at Cinnabunny. I think that the 5-year-old mare, she needed that last race. If you go back and watch the replay, and we'll show you that replay during the live show when you guys check it out, the paddock previews. Jorge Ruiz, Cal Lynch, they've paired up and they've done very good work with one another. This horse did finish 4th, beaten 5 1/4 lengths last time out behind Hey Mama Luke. Not sure what happened last time out to Hey Mama Luke. If she goes back to that effort in the Penn's Landing, then she probably wins. But Cinnabunny, I think, needed that last race. 2nd off the layoff, can improve, but that's another tough stakes race in there. The Pennsylvania breds really showing a good account of themselves. We'll see what happens in those 2 stakes races later on this afternoon. Don't forget to follow us on all of our social media channels. I'm Track Announcer Chris Griffin. I never introduced myself. Hopefully you guys know me out there by now, but hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Also, follow us on Twitter, @InTheGrandstand, @Parx Racing. You can always check out the Twitter, where you can make your comments, your selections, everything you'd like to do, getting involved with all the racing action here on a Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Hit that subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, and then Instagram, Parx_Racing. We'll see you right here next week, and we'll talk some Derby talk on Out of the Gate next week.